Justice League. I didn't want to go see this movie because I thought it was going to be a piece of crap, and I was totally right. I actually gave up on DC movies a while ago, but since I started this YouTube channel, I decided it was probably pertinent to see at least one DC movie and critique it, but that will never happen again. DC is one letdown after the other. Superman was okay, but they focused way too much on cinematography. Batman vs. Superman was the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. Suicide Squad, it could have been so good, but they somehow ruined it. Wonder Woman I didn't even watch because I knew it was going to be a piece of trash. Justice League definitely let me down. I would give this movie a 1, only because so this movie didn't have a lot of pros. Aquaman's costume was interesting. I would wear it. The movie was kind of funny at some parts. I laughed like 3 times. Where do I even start? Ben Affleck is a terrible Batman. First of all, Ben Affleck, you need to lay off the beer or the wine or the carbs. Whatever you're doing, you need to get rid of that belly. You can see your belly through the costume. Everyone in the movie needed to do a leg day. And what does Superman's death have to do with homelessness? How does Superman dying correlate to people not having homes? When Wonder Woman is doing her thing at the bank or wherever those terrorists were in, the cops were there like right when they were inside the building. Who called the cops? The cops literally got there as they were running in the building. When they're inside the building and setting up that bomb, the window outside shows that the whole street is covered in like vans and police vehicles and emergency vehicles. What? Why were there school children in the bank? Why were they putting a bomb in the bank? That bomb was supposed to blow up 4 blocks. Wonder Woman slightly throws it up in the air and she saves the day. Wonder Woman blocking bullets with her little wrist things were cool, but it was really unnecessary. You're telling me Wonder Woman can't just go and take that guy out? And Batman vs. Superman, Batman was a freaking Trump. He didn't like Superman simply because he wasn't from Earth, and now you're telling me Batman has developed sentimental feelings for him because what? Their mom's name is the same? Aquaman, you can tell that guy has put a lot of hours in the gym, but Aquaman is a swimmer, and the guy that played Aquaman does not look like a swimmer. And why does he always have to have his shirt off in the beginning of the movie? We get it. He worked out really hard. Just because you paid for the man doesn't mean you have to show him off. Same thing goes for Wonder Woman. Just because you pay for her to be in a movie doesn't mean all we want to see is her ass and her face. So stop focusing on those 2 things. Cyborg's story was pretty crappy. The whole I'm a monster thing is old. When they're showing that the first box is about to burst, there's a bunch of warriors standing around with arrows that are going to shoot at a box that is pure energy. Is that really the best you can do? When the aliens come flying in through the freaking ceiling, they just stand there and wait to be slaughtered. They did not fight back. The girls that were closing the door to that den were super buff. They were ripped. And you're telling me Wonder Woman looks like a Victoria's Secret model? One of the girls dies because a horse falls on her. They can't lift a horse? Let me voice a peeve that I have with Wonder Woman's character. Wonder Woman is an Amazonian, and she does not look like one. I am tired of society telling us that beautiful, strong women are skinny. Are you serious, DC? So now, not only do we get pressure from the rest of the world and fucking society that we have to be a size 0, but now our heroes are skinny too? And of course they have to point out the fact that Aquaman thinks she's gorgeous. Oh yeah, DC, just rub it in. It sure makes us thick, curvy girls feel real special. I'm sure that gives great examples to our youth. When Wonder Woman goes to see Batman, they literally take a walk in the park. You're gonna take a walk in the park? The world is being invaded by aliens. While they're walking, Cyborg sneaks up on them. Wonder Woman goes back into Batman's lair and looks for Cyborg, who is standing outside, and she tells him, I knew you were out there. Why would you go inside just to look him up again? That doesn't make any sense. The car ad for Mercedes in that movie was ridiculous. It was so obvious. And I was like, wow, nice ad there, Mercedes. I guess someone needed to sponsor. Aquaman swims around with jeans. When Steppenwolf goes to take the second box from the Atlanteans, there was only 4 Atlanteans left. There was no other Atlanteans. The girl, I don't know anyone's name, that was there in Atlantis, creates a bubble of air around them just so they can talk. Are you telling me Atlanteans can't talk underwater? I need to get that girl's mascara brand because she was wearing full makeup under the ocean. When that one family is experiencing the alien invasion, the dad tells everyone to stay away from the windows, but they let the youngest girl go right up to the window and get scared out of her bejeebers by aliens. When the Justice League walks into the sewer system to save the civilians, the whole place was covered in little alien bugs. They didn't hear him come in. Aquaman apparently can't control a tunnel of water. Wonder Woman is really gonna say that bringing Superman back is putting lives at risk when the world is being overtaken by aliens who plan to destroy the world. Whenever they go to revive Superman, it was nighttime when they go in, and when they go out, it's daytime. That whole scene with bringing Superman back to life and that Flash has to touch the box right when it touches the water, that whole thing was dumb. Superman gets revived. He's in a coffin, fully dressed in a suit and tie. When he bursts out, he loses his shirt, but he doesn't lose his pants. Do explosions only make you lose your shirt? In the scene when Superman goes all crazy on everyone, him and Wonder Woman literally have a headbutting contest. Oh, yeah, that's just so cool. I've always wanted to see that. So Superman's mom sold her house whenever Superman dies. When Superman takes Lois Lane back there, he finds some of his clothes. It's vacant though. When him and Lois Lane are talking about remembering stuff, he remembers his country boy accent, like right at the end of that scene. Where was it before? Batman drops off the whole team so that they can start fighting aliens. They all watch him leave. Do they really have to watch him leave? Wonder Woman always has time to pose. After every move she makes, she lands and she like poses and then she does her smile. I thought you were in a fucking war. When do you have time to pose in a war? Aquaman knows how to fight in the air. The only thing that could calm down Superman was his girlfriend. I was like, where have I seen this before? Hulk. Flash needs to get some freaking running lessons. He runs like he's a praying mantis. His legs just flail everywhere and his arms do this weird thing where he cups them and runs like this. Aquaman's lines were terrible and really out of place. They'd be like having a moment and he was like, alright, oh yeah. It was funny trying to see Cyborg act throughout the whole movie because literally the only part of him that was human was like this part of his face. So all of his acting consisted of this one move. Wonder Woman hits her bracelets like 4 times throughout the movie and they have no effect on anything that's going on. Batman was useless. So Slade wasn't in Suicide Squad, even though he's the leader of Suicide Squad, but now he's going to join the League of Villains. The whole time that they're fighting Steppenwolf at the end, none of the aliens attack. Like maybe 5 of them come back and attack, but there were like millions of bugs. Everything was CGI in this movie. Everything was CGI. Can I just get some decent action without the camera like moving like this and without a bunch of CGI? Please, DC? Can you do that? When they go down to Atlantis, Atlantis had 1 building in it. What happened to the rest of it? Steppenwolf can really beat Atlanteans underwater. Aquaman in this movie was an alcoholic and a douchebag. When he goes to save a guy from his fishing boat, he slams the guy on a table in a bar and then steals the bottle. Cyborg said that he couldn't control his own alien power. At one point he targets Superman, yet he only shot at Superman once. He also has this very particular thing of when they can't figure out what to do with one of the characters, they just kind of disappear. It's really very clever. The whole beginning with Superman talking to some kids with the camera and then he's being interviewed, that whole part was CGI. Why? When Steppenwolf goes to pick up Cyborg's dad, you can see the robotic hand that they actually used to pick him up in real life and the CGI overlaying on top of it. That's how bad their effects are. When the Justice League is stuck in the tunnel and it's getting filled with water and Cyborg just kind of ditches them, they don't show how they get out. How'd they get out? The speeds with everything throughout the movie were really inconsistent. Wonder Woman could stop bullets in the beginning of the movie, but she couldn't see Flash at all. You would think if she were that fast, she would be able to keep up with him. So the part where Superman is able to see the Flash, that part was pretty clever until they overkilled it. They showed him looking back at Flash 4 times. It's like, okay, DC, we get it. That was really clever. What is it with DC and trying to update their characters? We go, as fans of these comics, to see our comic book characters come to life, and DC is just so set on updating them. They are ruining everything. All in all, DC has done it again. They have produced a terrible, terrible movie that will disappoint fans across the world. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe and like down below. If there's any movie that you would like for me to watch and critique, then just comment down below and I will watch it and critique it. Bye!